Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 43 of Infinity Evolved. This is Woolrig, and I have solved the power problem. 5,000 Yellorium ingots, that should do me for a while, and that's even with the quarry still running. So this thing has not been shut off. It's, yeah, man, it's doing its job. It's doing its thing. So much so that I actually had to put a faster servo on this pipe because this chest was getting backfilled. It was just about full up with items. But they're being extracted at an enormous rate now, so everything's good. Yeah, we're good. This is doing its thing. I will point out I've got a bit of an issue that I haven't been able to figure out why, but for some reason my pulverized metals are, some of them, or I should say a large quantity of them, are not getting processed correctly. And that's because on this conduit I have a filter on here to extract these items, but for some reason, and the only thing I can think of is that it's catching anything pulverized, since I've got pulverized coal in here. If I take that out, that might actually solve some of my issues. But for whatever reason, pulverized materials are being pulled out. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, see, they're getting pulled right out. Oh wait, no, that went into the furnace. So maybe it was just that pulverized coal. That's the only thing I could think of, even though technically that shouldn't have been an issue, because this is a whitelist. I didn't have the ore dictionary on, I didn't have any of these other settings on, so it should have only pulled these items out. But for whatever reason, pulverized coal must have been causing some. Let's do a little test here. Let's grab this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Let's just grab one of each. Oh. Yeah. And toss them all in. Yeah, see, they're still getting pulled out for whatever reason, because those just got pulled right out. So something is pulling out that pulverized dust. I'm not sure what. I'm not going to worry about it too much more than that, but just know I've got a bit of an issue with that. Yeah, those went over. So yeah, I've got a bunch of reserve, I guess. But other than that, I mean, ingot-wise, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I even got 65 shiny ingots. How cool is that? 16,000 iron. Yeah, that'll be okay for a while. So we've got a pretty good run on the technical gear right now. You know, as you can see, it's not great, but it's not bad either. So what I want to do is actually want to start, we'll get back to some magical mods. And I want to get back into Botania. I've been kind of neglecting it for a while, and I think it's time to get back into stuff. So let's grab this, and I think I should be able to drop you in there. Good. Let's find our Wand of the Forest. Boy howdy, where did that go? Ah, there it is. Wand of the Forest. So if we remember, the Wand of the Forest is kind of the hammer of Botania. So now I can see the status of this mana pool, which is now empty. We're going to go ahead and take that runic altar. Just kind of take all of the Botania-based things, because what I want to do, actually, is set this all up in my village. So this island will just kind of be my technical refuge, and I can start setting up some magic-based stuff over in the village. So let's head over to there. Let's dial it up and head over. Fantastic. And now I want to figure out where I want to set all this stuff up. I probably need to do a little terraforming here. I know I talked about it before, but Let's see what I can do with some... Whoops, what am I doing? I need dirt. Nope. Oh man, it shifts too much. There we go. That'll be good for now. And we'll get out the resonant exchanger. Oops, this one, that one, that one. Go. Nice. Can we up the radius? Nope. 8 is as high as it'll go. That's okay. We'll get some... just going to kind of run around and get some dirt put down so that we can get this all nice and neat. Alright. I think we've got some dirt anyway. And this grass will slowly spread in over time. And we may actually be able to speed that up here shortly if we can get to it. Let's see what I have for shears. If I spell it right. Shears. Probably want to make some mana steel shears. Yeah. Actually, I probably already had some of those. Oh well, I made more. So the mana steel shears are nice because, like all the mana steel items, they draw mana from my mana tablet instead of wearing down. So we want to run around here and pick up all the flowers and things. So all these guys, all these Botania flowers. Because that's what Botania is. It's all about flowers. So let's go over here. Mystical yellow, yes. These are Pam's Harvest Craft, so those aren't too important. Project Exploration. We don't need those. Got some blues and some reds. We don't have all the colors, I can tell right now. We're pretty close. I think we've got a good stock of colors. But we're going to need to work on flower production, I think, first. Actually, first we need to work on mana production. So let's get that set back up. So what we're going to do is use the endoflames, right? That's what they're called? Yeah, endoflames. So we're going to set these guys up about like so. Going to come put that here, put that there, grab our wand of the forest, and we want to make sure that these guys are all... So I'm just shift right clicking to, nope, not you. Link you to there, right? Yep. So we want them, you can see it says it's not linked to a mana spreader. It's because I put them down before I put down the mana spreader. So I want them all to be linked to that mana spreader. And that mana spreader is pointed at this mana pool. And now if I get some coal, I will get a block of coal anyway. And throw down 4 of those. Should grab them all, and off it goes. And we'll be generating mana again. So I want to automate this somehow. And I think there's a couple things. I think there's a way I can automate this without too much trouble. Go ahead and empty out my inventory here with all these flowers. Our pure daisy, of course, this guy's important. So this one, if you remember, this is the one that allows us to make living rock, or living stone and living wood. So if we grab some stone, surround it, surround the lily with, or the daisy, excuse me, with the stone. And after about a minute, you see the particle effects, after about a minute, it will turn into living stone. So we let that go, because I think we're probably, yeah, we don't have too much set up for that. So one of the things we're going to want to do is get that automated as well, so that that's working. But to start with, I want to get some mana production automated. So let me see what I've got for a pressure plate. And let's see, there's a hopper that I need, and a chest. Let me think what else there is. think probably some conduit. Yeah, redstone conduit. We'll use that. You know, I can do this all with vanilla items, and that's kind of one of the points of Botania is that Vasky has the creator of Botania has stated that the Botania mod should be really playable by itself on top of vanilla Minecraft. So it's able to do pretty much everything with vanilla stuff. But if we add some other mods, we can get a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to put this closer. I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to, how do I want to do this? Put that there. Is that right? And then put, no, that's wrong. Nope, that's wrong. I need a dropper. That's what I'm missing. It's like, I know I'm missing a part here. What do we got for droppers? We don't want a dropper. We want an open crate from Botania. So this is living wood planks. Do I have those? I don't. Do I have living wood? I have some living wood. Get some living wood planks. And we'll make an open crate. That's what I was missing. I knew there was something. So if we just shift click this, the open crate doesn't have an interface, but what it does do is that it will drop items directly down. If I turn my ring off. So if I throw this coal in, it will drop it straight down. No matter how high up that is, it will always drop it straight down. Now what we can do is put a conduit here, redstone conduit, and I need my Yeti wrench because then I need to go in the up direction. Why is it not? It should be able to. It's not giving me the option. It's not giving me the option to connect on the up. There we go. All right, up, in and out, strong signal, strong signal. So, okay. So what this setup's going to do, and the reason this is cool, this conduit is cool, is because it's really compact. You know, if I could do this with regular redstone, but it would have to be a little bit bigger. But what this will do is the item will drop onto the pressure plate, and the pressure plate sends a redstone signal, which turns off the hopper. And so that item will just sit there. The trouble is that this will time out after 5 minutes is the general timeout for items in the world. I think it's 5 minutes. So these flowers, I believe, will burn longer than 5 minutes. So the idea being that there's always an item here for these flowers to pick up and use as fuel. But if they burn longer than 5 minutes, then we're at kind of a disadvantage. So I need to come up with an alternative solution, and let me see what I can come up with for that. Alright, I got an idea. And to make this work, I'm going to have to move some things around. So I've waited for the last round of fuel to burn up, and I'm going to send this back a little bit further so I've got a little more space here to work with. And we're going to go ahead and put our flowers back down about like so. And these should, since I put the mana spreader down first, these should automatically connect. They do. And then we're going to go ahead and put our pressure plate back down, get this all set back up as it was before, with the hopper going in and the conduit doing its thing. Let's go. There we go. That should work. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little bit of a wall here. to do some stuff with. Actually, I don't want this piece here. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to make a flower. So I'm going to need my petal apothecary. I need to make a functional flower. And I think, hopefully I've got what I need for this. So let's grab our Lexica Botania. And let's look for... oops, don't share that. What am I looking for? Yep. Thanks for all the new stuff. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to go through the tutorial. No, I don't want to go through the tutorial. Stop. Alright. I want the Hopper Hawk. There we go. The Hopper Hawk will pick up items around it. Giving it mana is optional, but it'll increase its range. Items picked up will be put into an adjacent inventory, i.e. a chest. Placing items frames on any of the inventories will specify which item can go into it. Beautiful. Alright, so here's the recipe. So we need a mystical gray petal, light gray, we need a rune of air, and a redstone root. The redstone root looks something like that. That's pretty easy. The rune of air, I made some runes a while back, didn't I? I did. I have one. Fantastic. Look at that. Let's see. Redstone root I don't have, but I have some grass. I have a redstone root. I just craft those together and make what I need. Perfect. Beautiful. And now I need some petals. Do we have gray flowers? So I've got mystical light gray, and we get the petals off of them just by doing that. So I need, what is it, 2 of those and 2 of these, I believe. Right? Yep. 2 light gray, 2 dark gray, and we're ready to go. Now I need some water. There's a bucket of water. Cool. That'll work. The last thing I'm going to need here is, of course, some seeds. So, if we remember how this works, we throw in our petals, throw them into the petal apothecary, throw in the rune. The last thing is the seed, and we get our flower. Perfect. So let's grab a chest, and we need to make an item frame, which we should be able to do. No, we need sticks. Need sticks. Go ahead and make a bunch of those, please. What do you mean? Come on. Craft. Craft. Alright, let's make 100 then. I don't know why it would complain about not having having some kind of issue there. Anyway, so what this is going to do now is we'll put the chest on here. We'll put the item frame on there. Nope, put the item frame on the side so we can see it. And we will put a block of coal in the item frame. And now what this will do, when we put the Hopper Hawk down, he's going to pick up items and put them into the chest, but he's not going to pick up every item. He's only going to pick up blocks of coal. Nope. Ah, magnet. Magnet. So, cool. Well, and the flowers over there picked it up as well. So what that's going to do, that's going to pick up blocks of coal and put them in the chest, which will put them back into the hopper. This way, then, we can, if we just do this, oops, dang it, don't do that. Alright, if we just do this, these guys will pick them up. And that'll actually work, because the flowers pick up the coal before the Hopper Hawk does. So the Hopper Hawk kind of has an internal timer that makes it wait. Now, that'll keep it just kind of constantly feeding through the system until the flowers need it again. That works, but I think I can do better. So let me make a few more pieces here, and and I think we can do better. So the first thing I want to do is I need a mana detector. This guy, which needs a redstone comparator and some living stone. I don't have a redstone comparator. So let's go ahead and make one of those. Make a detector. Perfect. And what the mana detector does is exactly what the name implies. You put it down in the stream of a mana burst, and it sends a redstone signal whenever there's a mana burst. So we can see it's flashing red, but if I grab some redstone here, put that down, we'll see that it's sending a redstone signal. Cool. The other thing we can do here, let's make another comparator, because, hey, we'll just use that one. That one should work. The mana pool will fill up at some point, and what we can do here is, let's find the out. So the output will equal the amount of mana, roughly equal the amount of mana in the mana pool. So we can see right now we've got a strength of about 1, because, yeah, we've got a lot more storage in there. So we can do that. We can grab off of this. So what I should be able to do is tie this in, and the last thing I'm going to want is a timer. Do I have one? I do. Perfect. And the timer is going to come over here and just do timing things. Let's go ahead and turn him sideways. Yeah? No? No, I don't like that. Let's go come back a spot. There we go. That'll work. So the timer will come in and do its thing, and we can set this to, I don't know, so many seconds. And let's see what I can do here. So I want to reset the timer. So the timer resets whenever there's a pulse. So if I come down here off of this, I should get a pulse, and then it'll keep resetting the timer until that stops pulsing. What I also want to do is come down here and be able to read off of this, and when this has a strong signal, when this has a 15, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it won't be super strong, but it'll get there. So when that has a full signal, then that should stop the timer completely. And actually, I don't want that there. Let's come over one more space. The problem is that we're latching on to the the flower there, and I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, that's resetting. Let's go and do something like that. Let's set it to 12. And now I'm not exactly sure what this is going to do. All right, let me figure this out some more. Okay, I'm not really smart enough to figure this all out yet, so I'm going to have to play around with it some more off camera. Oops. I'm sure somebody's going to scream at me and say, oh, it's so easy, you're stupid. But you know what? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Anyway. Yeah, I need to rig up an automatic shutoff and everything, too. Because, you know, it's just going to keep running. So for now, I've put the noise buffer there, the sound muffler, because the clicking of the pressure plate is going to be annoying otherwise. But what I need to do now is I need to make another flower, because I want to be able to put my magnetic ring back on and not have it be affected. So I need to find a flower called, I forget the name of it. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. It is... Nope, create clay from sand. That's not you. Where are you? Dun, 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 dun. This one? Mana from food. Nope. Not the Gormalaeus. Hibiscus. No. Hopperhawk. That's what I've got. Poison mods. That could be handy. Create more mystical flowers. That's going to come in handy here shortly. What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? There's a flower that is going to be very important. Place blocks down. That could be handy, don't you think? Ring. Create spaces where ring of magnetization doesn't work. There we go. That guy. Whatever that is. I'm not going to even try and pronounce it. Brown, brown, red, blue, and a root. Alright, so let's make a root. Let's make a redstone root. I'm going to say it different every time just to bug everybody listening. Is it a root or is it a root? Is it a creek or a crick? Tomato, tomato, whatever you want. Brown, 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 brown. What is it? 2 of those. And what else? 2 browns, a red, and a blue. Okay. Red. Red, red, red. Red, red wine. Something like that. 1 of those, and a blue. 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 Perfect. Alright, and then some seeds. And the last thing is a bucket of water, which we're going to have to go get. And then here, not before we get too much further into this, we do want to probably automate this at some point. I missed. Oh, look, there's water here. I missed. Grr. Curses. Alright. What was it? 2 browns. Brown, brown, red, blue, root. Ta-da! Cool. And now, what I should be able to do is place this here, and with my wand of... And it's going to get... Oh, you know what I'm missing? I need a mana lens. Mana lens? Mana... monocle. There it is. The Mana Seer's monocle. I need a piece of glass. So I need to make some mana glass, which is just like so. And now I have a quaint little monocle. Chip, chip, cheerio. Righto, chap. What does the monocle look like? It looks something like... Oh, wait, no. It goes in... There. It goes around the neck. Which doesn't make any sense, but it does. Righto. Very good. The nice thing what the monocle does is that if I look at this flower now, ta-da, there's its area of influence. Same with the hopperhawk. Its area of influence, which is pretty big. That's because both of these flowers are connected to this mana pool. So if we bring this up, we can see that they are both connected to the mana pool over there. We get that little outline off in the distance there. So beautiful. And we can see what these flowers do, kind of their area of influence, so where they'll be able to pick up items from. It also allows us to see the mana burst through other objects. So if I come stand over here, I can still see the mana burst over there. If I take the monocle off, no mana burst. So that's a handy little tool, nice to have. And put the Pyroclast pendant back on, and we'll put our ring of magnetization back on. Which, oh, you know what? So what's happening is that anything with a redstone root can be deactivated. So, so when that would fall and the pressure plate would send a redstone signal, it would turn off the flower, which is why you saw it took a while. But then once I moved it, it came a lot faster. So anyway, Yeah, my ring of magnetization does not work over here anymore. That's cool. All right, so that's going to run for a while and make us some mana. What can we do with mana? Well, give me a minute, and I think I'll come back. Yeah, you know what? Nah, I know what I'm doing. I need to make some more mana pools. Mana pool, which is something like so. Let's make 2 more of those. And I need to make a mana pylon, which takes some mana diamonds, which that's just regular diamonds in a mana pool. Yeah, we'll make a handful of these. Why not? We got some mana. We can do that. We just burned it all up. So you can see why I'm going to need lots of mana. And this mana production, it works for now. We're not going to stick to that for very long. We're going to need to do a lot more. Let's put some stuff away. All right. So there's some of those. Do we still have some mana steel? We do. What was I making? Oh, yes, a pylon. We require additional Vespine gas. So 2 pylons, and then I need some living wood. I need some more wood. All right. All right, let me work on all this stuff and get everything ready and be right back. All right, so what I'm going to work on here is this terrestrial agglomeration plate. And this is going to be an important thing for making the second tier of metal in Botania, which is called Terra Steel. So Terra Steel ingots are crafted basically on a structure that it comes from. The main piece of it is this terrestrial agglomeration plate. But as we can see, it takes a lot of runes to do that. So I'm going to spend the next few minutes making all of these runes. I just wanted to show you as a reminder how we did it. So the first one I think I've got here is air. So we've got our runic altar, which is this guy here. We made him a long time ago. We need these items on the runic altar. One of them here is the mana powder. And how I get mana powder is that I take anything that's in a powdered form, like redstone, for example, toss it in there, and it becomes mana powder. And now I load these items up on here by, I can either just throw them on, or if I can get close to it, I can throw them on, like so. Piece of mana steel. And as soon as there's enough items, it starts sending mana over and working. And this should just take a few seconds here to get up to speed. At which point then it's going to get some lightning effects on it to tell me that it's finished basically building up energy. And then the last thing we're going to need to do is right click it with a piece of, yeah, we get our little overlay there. It tells us we need to add living wood and hit it with the wand. So here we go. Boom. And if we have all the items, if we want to make a second one, we can right click with an empty hand to add back the last recipe. And I think that's got a timer on it, so that only works for so long. But there is our rune of air. So I'm going to make a few more of these runes and be back in a minute. All right, there we go. We have a terrestrial amalgamation plate and a few extra runes. So what I do with this is I'm going to need some lapis and some living stone. And I'm going to come over here somewhere. I don't know, about here looks like a decent spot. We need it somewhere fairly close, not super close, but close enough. And I think this will do. So we're going to grab, let me see, let's grab that, do that, and do that. Okay, so the structure we're going to build is a 3x3 structure, and it's going to be a checker pattern of living stone and lapis, and then right in the center, on the very top of that center piece, we're going to put the terrestrial amalgamation plane. And now what we've just done here, and you may not have realized it, is that we just made a multi-block structure. It's pretty unassuming in its current form. So what we need to do, though, in order to make this work, if we go and read the book about this setup here, let's see if we can find it. So after the plate is set up, ready to receive mana, tossing a mana steel ingot, a mana diamond, and a mana pearl on top of it will begin the infusion. Picking up any of the items will not work. The infusion uses half a mana pool to create a single piece of Terra Steel. Multiple sparks would make it go faster. So there's the structure we set up. And with these 3 items on the structure, it can make a Terra Steel ingot with a half a pool, which we don't have, even close. So what we need to do in order to power this, just like anything else, I could use a mana spreader to power this, but that would be horribly, horribly slow. Because to move a half a pool of mana as quickly as possible, we actually need to use the spark network. So sparks are like so. And I really need to make some blaze powder, it looks like. Let's queue up some blaze powder. I need some petals, which I don't seem to have any. That would help if I spelled it right. It's like I know I've got petals, but they start with it's spelled with a T and not a D. So blaze powder, there. And we're going to want 2 of these to start with. There's multiple upgrades we can do with these sparks, but for right now, we're going to just do this and that. And if we hold our wand and click, we can see that those 2 sparks are now linked. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow this amalgamation plate, or agglomeration plate, whatever, to draw power directly from the mana pool incredibly rapidly. But unfortunately, we're out of time, and we need to make a lot more mana. So I'm going to, probably between this episode and next, maybe make a few more of these endo flames, and I'm going to see if I can get this set up to do the redstone the way I wanted to. So for now, this is Walrig. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next episode. Bye-bye.